Hello, curious minds. Have you ever had one of those nights when you are lying in bed and suddenly you sneeze out of nowhere? It's the middle of the night, there is no bright light or pepper around, and you start wondering, why do we sneeze? Is it a defense mechanism, an allergic response, or just our body's way of saying, hey, let's make a dramatic entrance? Well, after one of those nights of random sneezing and weird thoughts, I decided to investigate. And let me tell you, sneezing is far more fascinating than you would think. So today, we are diving into the science of sneezing, exploring why we sneeze, what causes it, and why it's one of the body's quirkiest reflexes. Let's start with the basics. Sneezing is technically called sternutation. I know, sounds fancy, right? But what exactly is happening in your body when you let out that dramatic achoo? The primary reason we sneeze is to clear out irritants from our nasal passages. Think of sneezing as your nose's superhero move. When your body detects something that doesn't belong, like dust, pollen, or even a whiff of pepper, it sends an emergency alert to your brain. The brain then activates a chain of events that leads to a full on nasal explosion. But here's the quirky part, your body doesn't just detect physical particles like dust, it can be triggered by bright light, certain smells, cold air, or even eating a big meal. This makes sneezing one of the most multi talented reflexes your body has. The sneeze reflex begins with your trigeminal nerve, a nerve that runs from your brain to your face and is responsible for sensing irritation in the nose. When this nerve detects something annoying, it sends a message to your brainstem, which is the part of your brain responsible for involuntary actions like sneezing or blinking. Once the brainstem receives the sneeze signal, it sets off a chain of reactions. The muscles in your chest, throat, diaphragm, and face all coordinate in perfect harmony to create the powerful burst of air we call a sneeze. This sneeze can shoot out at speeds up to 100 miles per hour. So, next time someone sneezes next to you, you might want to take a step back. Here's a quirky question I'm sure you've asked yourself at some point. Why do we always close our eyes when we sneeze? It turns out this is yet another reflex. The muscles around your eyes automatically contract when you sneeze to protect them from any irritants flying around. There's an old myth that says your eyes close to stop them from popping out during a sneeze. But don't worry, your eyes are perfectly safe in there, sneeze or no sneeze. This is one of my favorite weird facts about sneezing. Did you know that one third of people sneeze when they are exposed to bright light? This phenomenon is called the photic sneeze reflex, or more whimsically, sun sneezing. Scientists believe the photic sneeze reflex is a genetic quirk. Essentially, the nerve in your brain responsible for processing bright light get crossed with the nerves that control sneezing. So, when you step into bright sunlight, your brain gets confused and tells your nose to sneeze. It's harmless, but can be pretty annoying when you walk out of a dark movie theater into broad daylight and cannot stop sneezing. Now, sneezing isn't always about dust or bright lights. There are tons of other triggers. Some people sneeze after eating spicy food or drinking alcohol. Others sneeze when they pull a muscle, brush their hair, or even during intense exercise. This is known as reflective sneezing, and it's another reminder that the sneeze reflex is a lot more complicated than we realize. Now, we've all been there, caught in a meeting, on public transportation, or worse, mid conversation with a crush, and the urge to sneeze hits. You could let it out and risk being that person who sneezes 10 times in a row, or you could try to stop it. But can you really stop a sneeze? Technically, yes, but it's not always a good idea. While you can pinch your nose, press your tongue against the roof of your mouth, or breathe deeply through your mouth to try to suppress a sneeze, it's not recommended to hold it in forcefully. Sneezes are your body's way of clearing irritants, and holding it back can potentially cause harm to your ears or sinuses. In extreme cases, people have even ruptured blood vessels by trying to suppress a powerful sneeze. So, the next time you feel a sneeze coming on, you might want to just let it out. Have you ever noticed that sneezing can feel kind of amazing? There is a reason for that. When you sneeze, your body releases endorphins, those feel good chemicals that flood your brain and body during activities like exercising or laughing. The sudden burst of energy from a sneeze, followed by the endorphin rush, is what makes sneezing feel oddly satisfying. It is like a tiny reward for clearing out your nasal passages. Here's another midnight question I'm sure you have wondered about. Can you sneeze in your sleep? Well, the answer is no. When you are in deep sleep, your brain shuts down most reflexes, including sneezing. So, even if dust particles or allergens make their way into your nose while you are snoozing, your brain will not trigger the sneeze reflex until you wake up. This is probably a good thing. Sneezing in your sleep would definitely mess with your dreams, not to mention the people you are sleeping next to. Before we wrap things up, let's talk about one of the most well known sneezing traditions, saying bless you. Where did this come from and why do we still do it? The practice dates back to ancient times when people believed sneezing could release evil spirits or even stop the heart temporarily. Saying bless you was meant to protect the sneezer from harm. Another theory comes from the bubonic plague era, when sneezing was seen as a signal of impending illness, and the quick bless you was a way of offering protection from death. Today, it's just a polite social custom, but it is one of those traditions that stuck around through the centuries. So, the next time you feel a sneeze coming on, just remember sneezing is your body's way of protecting you, a reflex as old as humanity itself. From clearing out irritants or giving you that little endorphin rush, sneezes are far more fascinating than we give them credit for. And that is a wrap on today's episode of Midnight Question. I hope you enjoyed learning about the science and quirks behind sneezing. As always, keep sending me your midnight questions. We never know what strange and wonderful answers we might find. Until next time, stay curious and sneeze with confidence. I'm Mari, and this is Midnight Questions.